The coronavirus pandemic has meant the cancellation of some of the biggest events of the year. The Chelsea Flower Show is no exception. It should have been wowing visitors all this week. But all is not lost because a new garden has appeared down the road at the Chelsea and Westminster Hospital. Hollie Goodall is there and can tell us more. Hollie.
That's right, Alice. Well, these flowers may have been intended for the Chelsea Flower Show, but they haven't had to travel far to the garden here at Chelsea and Westminster Hospital. And the idea behind this gift was to transform what was previously an underutilised space into a beautiful, calm oasis to help staff and patients enjoy their time here. Patients like Guy, who's been here nearly 2 months after contracting COVID-19. Well, earlier he told me how important this garden has been for his recovery.
Even walking up steps now, because I haven't done a huge amount of step walking, just having a slightly weak muscles here has been an issue. But Tan brought me out here for the first time 2 days ago to get some practice walking here. And coming out into the fresh air was a wonderful thing, because the sun was out like this. And just having been locked in there for 8 weeks, to come out into the garden has been absolutely wonderful.
During the COVID-19 crisis, staff became surrogate members of the family. We didn't have visitors. There was a lot of that extra burden the staff felt very keenly, and so to be able to come out and unwind at the end of that.
Well, all of this was the brainchild of horticulturalist Jamie, who's with me now. So, Jamie, what was the idea behind the original design, and how did you have to change it when you brought it here to Chelsea and Westminster?
So, many of the plants behind me were actually destined to go to the RHS Chelsea Flower Show. And instead, the sponsor, when the show couldn't go ahead, wanted to give a lasting thank you to the hospital as a thank you for the incredible, heroic work from all the staff here, as a gift that can keep giving for years to come.
And it's actually a cause that's pretty close to your heart as well, isn't it?
It is. My sister is actually a nurse on a COVID ward. My dad is a mental health nurse, and my brother is a porter all the way back in Yorkshire, in Wakefield at Pinderfields Hospital. So for me, this was the very least I could do to try and give back to the NHS as well. So it's been a humbling privilege to be involved, really.
And not an easy feat by all accounts. What did it take to actually make this happen? Because it all happened really quickly, didn't it?
Very, very quickly for a project like this. It was an heroic team effort. So we started on Tuesday afternoon last week and we finished at 6 a.m. on Friday morning. And it's thanks to the incredible community spirit. We had volunteers from the hospital, doctors, nurses, local florists coming in, helping out. And at one point, I looked around, it was 1 o'clock in the morning, everything was floodlit and we were still planting. And it was just the most incredible experience of my entire career.
You've done a fantastic job, and I suppose unlike the Chelsea Flower Show, which is only for a week, it's here to stay, isn't it?
It is, and I think that's one of the amazing things about this garden, is to see it being used by doctors, nurses, patients like Guy. I'm not normally very emotional, but this last week has been incredibly emotional for me, and the garden is going to live on forevermore, so it's going to be maintained weekly and it will look good whether it's in the middle of summer or the middle of winter.
Absolutely. Well, the good news is that the patient I spoke to earlier, Guy, is set to go home on Tuesday. But the staff here hope that this garden will help many more patients and become a memorial to what has been a really challenging time for everyone.
I'm sure it will. Hollie, thanks so much.